And we are back for some more King of the Castle. Yeah, so it will remember what you were, Gerlizia. So you were already a count, so it should have kept you. There we go. So yeah, it remembers your money, and I think during the same game it'll remember your appearance, but when you start up. Now, as someone who owns the game, I do believe that you can join a different faction by saying !join and I think north, east, coast, and then your pronoun, or flip it around. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But you can choose your faction as someone who owns the game. I think since you're already in, it won't move you. But I'm not sure exactly how that works. All right, let's go ahead and begin the game as more people pop in. You happy being the the 11-8 allergic count? And once again, I still love this image. This is a great piece of artwork. All right, so we got Nicole II. Let's get our council introduction underway. It might be. It might be. I'm not sure. And Kijikun subscribed with Prime for 64 months. Thank you very much. Now that you're the queen, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Let's introduce ourselves to the Chiefs of the North. Good luck in the days ahead, Your Highness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. Introduce yourselves to the Counts of the East. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Highness. I was dismayed to hear of your parents' passing. And introduce yourself to the Patricians of the Coast. What a horrible night to have a scheme. A pleasure, Your August Majesty. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your parent fought so hard for? Yes. Yes, it is. Alright, coronation. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your parent, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Should I get changed into my waterproof robes, then? It may be for the best, Your Majesty. Shall we call the nobles in? Let's hope we can get the Finfolk air this time. I would certainly like that. Alright, so we can host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. We can force the commoners to swear a blood oath. We can throw the queen in the river. Or troops shall bear the queen through the streets atop a shield. Well, the monarch's vote is going to be that the troops shall bear the queen through the streets atop a shield. Alright, let's start the vote. What shall we do for our coronation? Oh, nice. See, I'm trying to help out your military there, chiefs, you know? Just trying to help out your military. Not doing this for my sole benefits. No. All right, nice. Oh. Accidentally waited too long. All right, military is now inadequate in the north, military is now powerful in the coast, and military is now inadequate in the east. Soldiers from across the kingdom take part in the parade. They're even outfitted in impressive new equipment for the occasion. As you climb up onto the shield and hold your sword aloft, you realize this is not going to be easy. Your arm quickly starts to hurt. Your soldiers stagger and groan under your weight. Wow. Is the game calling me fat? Sure enough, one of your shield bearers trips on a loose cobblestone and drops you face first in a puddle, in full view of half the city. At least the only thing hurt is your pride. It's a good thing I got my waterproof robes. See, the counts are still the bee's knees when it comes to trade and farming? Yeah, Yeah, they really are. They really are. And the path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your parent out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? As a conqueror, goal military. As a peacekeeper, goal stability. As the greatest queen who ever lived, goal authority. As the mother of a nation, farming. As the architect of a new golden age, trade. Or as a saint, faith. Oh, let's try it. As a conqueror. A warrior queen is sure to be remembered fondly if she wins more battles than she loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. What's she conquering? I mean, there's the Ashmedian Empire down here. There's Tavalin there. There's Atesh, Valamir, Danea, Kirth, and the Isle of Saul there. And the Frozen Wastes, but I don't think you can actually conquer those. This is probably the best shot at military there will ever be. Last time was probably, like, at the start, probably looked better, because I think the military was 5 and 9, although it may have been 0 for the counts. Well, it may have been 2. I don't know. Zoya of the Kijikun dynasty, well-known political fixer, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. My fellow counts, in ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false Queen Nico II wears the crown, even though she is descended from us, as was the previous... one of the previous rulers, Vladena, but, you know. How is military for those who fight the Ice Giants so bad? They kept rebelling. That's why. They've, like, rebelled twice. And it has not worked out for them either time. Alright. What scheme should the Counts pursue to overthrow the new queen and place their preferred claimant, Zoya, on the throne? Uprising, raise treasury. Ascension, lower own faith. Or possession, lower own defiance. Alright, this is only for the Counts. Yeah, lower own faith. It's kind of a cheat hacks there. Kind of a cheat hacks right there. All right. Voting has closed. Ascension, lower own faith. The Counts plan to induct the Queen into their secret cult and offer her immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. Yeah, no, I know. To advance their scheme, the Counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Yep, already there. Alright, patricians. Narilla of the Farsight 3 family, infamous coastal elder, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Nico II. Something must be done. Oh, that's fine, Title Rabbit. You can still join in. Sorcery, raise authority. Intimidation, raise stability. Or corruption, lower authority. And Ancient Steltic gifting out a whole lot of subs. 10 subs. Wow, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. You needed dinner? Very understandable. Very understandable. Thank you very, very much for all of those gift subs, Ancient Steltic. Very, very much appreciated. And it looks like the patricians are going for stability. All right. Voting has closed. Intimidation, raise stability. The patricians plan to hold the queen hostage in her own palace. First, they must lull the spymaster into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Alright, and they have already gotten that one. And the chiefs. Frida of the Zero Zarase clan, infamous northern elder, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Nicol II. How do we make that happen? Alright, subterfuge, lower stability, prophecy, raise authority, or hornblower, lower all faith. You're enjoying this game more than you should? No, if you're enjoying it, however much you're enjoying it, is just awesome. And thank you very much, and welcome to the stream. Let's see what they decide to go with. Alright, looks like Hornblower, lower all faith. Okay. Voting has closed. 2 nobles voted for Hornblower. The chiefs plan to dig up Oddheld's legendary horn and use it to take over the kingdom. First, they must win the favor of the gods by diminishing the kingdom's belief in the ninth. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must lower the combined total of all regions' faith to 12 or less in 4 seasons. Eating soup, so not going to be able to join this time around. Well, that's okay. And once you're done with the soup, you can still you can join in after that. How are you doing, Bahamut? All right. So basically, everyone already is at their level 1. So 4 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons. All right. So the counts are going to get their next tier first. All right. Oh, boy. Well, I want the Monarch's Golden Choice, then. Let's take that. If you're going to give that to me right off the bat. All right. The Honor Guard, a new trend, and the Gossamer Shield. Ooh, I don't think we've seen the Gossamer Shield yet. But the Honor Guard first. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with their knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose. And the patricians offer their greatest gladiators, champions of the arena. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Alright, so we already know what we're gonna get out of these. So let's see, who do I want to piss off and who do I want to keep loyal? Alright, I've made my decision. Well, you know, it's traditional. The Coastal Gladiators. Defiance is now grumbling in the north and the east, and Defiance is now cordial in the coast. I will make the arrangements at once. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. Definitely has nothing to do with the oil. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. All right, a new trend. Is it the crabs? I guess we'll find out. I think it is. Boy, will they ever learn? Will they ever learn? Lord Patrician Icesoven 28 is here to see you, Your Majesty. He wants to sell you, a crab. Of course he does. It's the latest trend along the coast, Your Majesty. The patricians have started keeping a species of jeweled crab as a fashionable pet. Now, see, remember, last time it was the blue jeweled crab. Now it is the pearly jeweled crab. It's completely different. Completely different. It'll have a completely different outcome. And before that, it was the emerald jeweled crab. And before that, it was the ruby jeweled crab. So it's completely different things here. The creatures are so rare that one can now sell for as much as a mansion. Very well, send him in. Thank you for seeing me, Your Majesty. I know the price is steep, but I assure you these crabs will only go up in value. Now, I know that there is an achievement for investing in the crabs and having it work out. I have the money right now. I'm going to try it. Let's buy the box of crabs. Counting out your gold, Lord Patrician Isovan 28 assures you that you will not regret your purchase. Lord Patrician Isovan 28's wealth has increased to 8,300, and the treasury is now 1,550. If another member of your line tries to sell crabs, you're going to slap them so hard it won't be funny. Yeah, but you're not on IRC, so you can't slap them with a fish, unfortunately. I'm sure it'll work out. After all, you said that I can't go wrong, right? And would you lie to me? The Gossamer Shield. Count surrounded. Your Majesty, heed my plea. The great tragedy of our time has befallen the East. A demon's hatched from the ground? Someone died? You ran out of capes? Worse even than that, I fear. An order of once great knights has fallen into disrepute. It's the Order of the Gossamer Shield, Your Majesty. They were once the greatest of the knightly orders to serve the counts. Their virtues were extolled by bards across the land, tales that would make a troll weep. Worse than running out of capes? I know. It's shocking. Well, they've been brought low. They're working as glorified bounty hunters for the North. This is a stain on the honor of the East. Nonsense. Our military has suffered some setbacks recently. Can't imagine why. So we hired Gossamer Security to keep order. For a pretty penny, I might add. Some chief's wealth has decreased, and the military is now mediocre. Hey! Excellent! Gossamer Security has been solving the problems we want solved and kicking the buttocks we want kicked. Dracov's bones, Gossamer Security, how has it come to this? These are knights, not mercenaries, and they need reminding of a little thing called chivalry. Please, Your Majesty, I beg the council to be reasonable. Alright, recall the order and restore its courtly dignity. Invest in Gossamer Security to help protect the North. Trade would go up. Hire the order to join the Palace Watch. Authority would go up. Ignore the situation. Military would go up. Well, I think we can just ignore the situation. It's fine. It's fine. There's just nothing wrong here. All right, should the Order of the Gossamer Shield be recalled and reformed to its former glory? If you vote for D, you'll get money. You'll earn arms. Just ignore the situation. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing wrong with this situation. All right. Voting has closed. 10 nobles voted for ignore the situation. The Order of the Gossamer Knights remain happy mercenaries in the north, enjoying the spoils of their labor. Slowly, the chiefs rebuild their garrisons. You voted C, your vote won't be bought. Well, you know, for now. But the counts are not happy. Some openly complain about you, and rumors start going around about your unwillingness or inability to preserve tradition. Authority is now dubious, and defiance is now aggrieved. Let's see. Alright, it looks like we do need another pair of patricians eventually as well. So that's probably where new people will join. Hold on a second. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's end the season. Okay, so we have the Grand Bazaar and the Chiefs to increase trade. Observatory to decrease faith. You don't actually need to decrease faith anymore. Farming would go down with the deer park. Prison decreases stability. Thieves Guild decreases trade. And library decreases stability. You need high stability. So, the prison is good. The Grand Bazaar is good. And oddly enough, the deer park is actually also not bad because I think the Count's one may need high farming at the end. So, let's start an auction. Go ahead and get your funding in. Oh, that's okay, Title Rabbit. No problem there at all. Let's see what gets funded. Getting some more trade for the Chiefs. Definitely good. Definitely good. No military options here, which is unfortunate. I would definitely like some more military. You're too poor. Didn't take my Highness's bride. Yeah, yeah. See. That's why you should have had your vote be bought. You know. I love how that money just appears too. Just comes from nowhere. All right, going for the D, the prison, and oh. Now it's the library and the Grand Bazaar, I think. All right. So trade and stability increased. All right. A matter of faith, finding a spouse, and the deceased. Well, let's go ahead and find a spouse. Your deer park. No, what about your water? Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? Let's go for women this time. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to see the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. You're a man of culture, funding theaters, libraries. A matter of faith. Chief Lizard Danger III. Your Greatness, there are northern citizens scattered throughout the kingdom with nowhere to pay homage to their gods. Would it kill you to build a few temples to the old gods outside the north? They don't have to be big temples. I don't think the High Inquisitor would be happy. Good point. Your people need somewhere to pray. And risk the Ninth's wrath? Are you mad? I think the Ninth God is big enough and old enough to treat this with maturity. Alright, let them build as many temples as they like. Let them open one temple. No, this smells like heresy. This smells like heresy. Monarch's vote. It's false gods there in the north. They don't worship the bees. The bees operate through the Ninth, of course. Oh, we're getting a little competition here, but it is tipping in C's favor. I like how the most faithful chiefs are the ones who are voting against for not the heresy one. All right, voting is closed. Nope. By Oddheld's horn, all we want is a place to pray. Maybe the North is better off on its own. All right, Defiance is now insolent. And the deceased. This is going to be the wealthy noble again. The elderly Chief Marjata, a cousin many times removed of Chief Farron II, died in her sleep last week. She was nearly 90, would you believe? Better end than most of us get. Indeed, Your Majesty. She stayed at home in the north most of the time, enjoying herself. But she could have spent more time on her accounts. She died without a will, and the nobles are scrabbling over her estate. Chief Marjata was my relative. I wrote to her at least once a year. Of course the estate should be mine.
My late great-grandfather used to play backgammon with her. He swore she intended to leave it to our family.
By the old gods, that's a pitiful claim. Alright, so we can give the estate to Chief Farron. We can give the estate to Count Kinshir. We can redistribute the estate among the northern peasants, or claim the estate for the treasury. You know what? I think that treasury should be, wealth, that estate should go to the treasury. Go to the crown. And if you vote for D, you'll get money. Money, money, money. Do you like money? Sure, we all do. I mean, decreasing the defiance of the accounts could also be beneficial, but... Wow, Farron hasn't voted yet. I guess you're okay for going to the treasury. Oh, wow! Farron voting to send it to the treasury. I'm shocked. I mean, I'll take it. You get some money either way, to be fair. The treasurer is delighted. The nobles, far less so. Defiance is now aggrieved. Defiance is now mutinous. Wagons quickly roll in from Chief Marjata's estate, laden with the expensive fur coats, old chalices, and antique ceramics. All these new riches crowd the treasury, but give it a charming atmosphere. We're gonna win, so you might as well get what money you can. That's fair. That's fair. Alright. Let's go ahead and end the season. Alright, trade bonus. The patricians find a reef of pearl-bearing clams, making 500 wealth. The other nobles get 200 wealth. Alright, well, let's go ahead and bribe the counts, just to make sure that that stays low. And cruel tax on the patricians. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. You guys made some money. You can afford it. Alright. Defiance is now aloof in the coast, and Defiance is now aggrieved in the east. Alright. Crab futures, a dangerous cult, and eligible options. Well, let's go check out the crab futures. The crab craze has swollen to unforeseen heights, Your Majesty. More crab news, really. The trade is so profitable that patricians are shutting down textile mills to focus on crab catching. Thousands are unemployed. But who cares about that, Your Majesty? Your box of crabs is now worth nearly double what you paid for it. So I can sell, sell, sell. Hold your nerve and hold on to the crabs. Prevent the closure of factories by offering tax breaks to major industries. This is a waste of everyone's time. I will make the sale of jeweled crabs illegal. That is getting really, really low there. Let's just sell, sell, sell. You sell your crabs for much more than you paid. Penny pincher, you turned a profit on the crab market. Excellent, excellent. The treasurer appears satisfied with your practicality. Meanwhile, industries collapse along the coast. Trade is now modest. That's fine, I'm going for military anyway. A dangerous cult. It worked out for me, yep. The priests bring ever more concerning reports of a wild cult at large on the coast. These fanatics call themselves the 8th Chapter, and they claim to have found the arm of a dead god. The arm of a dead god? The arm of a god. The arm of God. A colossal limb that moves under its own power. Tall as 5 men, long as 10 horses, clad in shining steel. I dread to think what such a thing might be capable of. Ah, seems fine. Seems fine. This heresy cannot stand. The council must do something to stop it. Alright, summon the High Inquisitor to break this cult. That would be, actually... It'd be tough to get, but wait and see. These things usually die by themselves. Discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more. I'm gonna veto the wait and see option. So do we summon the High Inquisitor to break this cult, or do we discreetly dispatch a spy to find out more? Get your vote in. Let's see what, Alright, going for summoning the High Inquisitor to break this cult. That looks like that one is going to win. Do you want to learn more? I'm curious about that too, but we'll see where this goes. Alright, summon the High Inquisitor to break this cult. I will make them see the true light of the Ninth, esteemed members of the Council. Over the weeks, word reaches the Council that the High Inquisitor is altogether too enthusiastic. She escalates panic by hanging anyone who dares mention the cult's existence. Stability is now civil. Yep. We'll see how that goes. Alright, eligible options. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright then, let's see the eligible bachelorettes. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. If only we could marry a crab. This is Oddwine, the firstborn daughter of the northern Bahamut Zero Dragon clan. She's your typical northern lass, big, brawny, and honest, in the same way an axe to the face is honest. Despite that, she's clearly got some brains. She's an avid reader with a vast library. People say that she nurses a grudge, though. I can see the appeal, I suppose. This is Xenia, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Tidal Rabbit dynasty. In her youth, she ran off and tried to join a circus. They found her in the end, thank the Ninth. She's lost half the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately. She's always planning something, they say. Schemes within schemes. She's an intriguing candidate. And finally, from the coast, we have Clementine, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Pegan's estate. She spends most of her time in the solitude of her villa, so I know little about her. Could be worse, but could be a lot better. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Alright, well... Take the axe to the face. I'm tempted, but I also like the idea of a failed member of the circus, you know? Xenia, the Eastern candidate, I think. Xenia of the East. Excellent. I'll make the arrangements. Alright, Defiance is now grumbling in the east, Defiance is now mutinous in the north, and Defiance is now grumbling in the coast. Alright, let's end the season. Now, Tidal Rabbit, your relative had better not mess me up here like the last one did. In a tiny village far to the east, 2 counts meet in a derelict tavern, hoping that no one has put a pile of manure under the floorboards. No one dares even glance in their direction. Peasants all across my lands are rejecting the Ninth God. Yes, and the tithe collectors don't dare knock at the door to my keep. Trade can't go higher. That was a terrible idea. Now we must not falter. If the queen grows proud, we can offer her the ultimate reward, immortality. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh boy. Alright. Well, I think I'll skip Call for Unity. I mean, Monarch's vote isn't great, but... What about reverse voting? Reverse voting could be okay. It certainly is chaotic. I guess I'll stick with the Monarch's vote for now, though. The Troubled Inquisitor, the Royal Wedding, and... Contested Wreck. Well, let's go ahead and get our wedding underway first. Let's see, what do you need? At least 5 in 4 seasons. Your wedding to Xenia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Xenia at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I've changed my mind. I can't do this. That would avoid the authority increase. That would avoid the authority increase. But, I do. I do. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Xenia, dances so vigorously that she spills wine all over herself. Stability is now steady, authority is now credible, defiance is now aggrieved, defiance is now aloof, and defiance is now aloof. Why does the priest look so bored all the time? Probably because he is. By the time you find yourself alone with Xenia, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. Good God, I am so drunk, and yet somehow not drunk enough. Time for more wine. Servants, bring us wine. That's the spirit. So what do you like to do in your spare time? What did you think of the wedding? I think we should sleep in separate bedchambers for now. Shall we go to bed together? Charming. So what do you like to do in your spare time? Is it going to be drinking? Oh, you know, drinking, gambling, having fun, basically. What did you think of the wedding? It was damned beautiful from start to finish, wasn't it? I had a whale of a time. Shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? She swigs back the last dregs of her wine and leads you to bed. Oh, boy. This is like the first time we've actually had a spouse actually go to bed with us. Well, okay. Finfolk Prince as well. But everyone else. Well, that was fantastic. Alright, the contested wreck. Chief Bahamut Zero Dragon. An opportunity, Your Highness. A Kirth ship sunk last week, just off our coast. I request permission to salvage the wreck. Kirth vessels are always full of valuable things. Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's in our waters by the 9th. In fact, it's closer to our city of Hythos than any of yours. But you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for a chest of silver. You were having money problems. Your Majesty, esteemed counsel, don't let this liar fool you. Alright, so, we can allow the chiefs to salvage the ship, we can allow the patricians to salvage the ship, but return any bounty to Kirth, or leave the wreck alone. You know what? Monarch's golden choice. Leave the wreck alone. Let's see what happens with that. Start the vote. It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. This'll be fun. Oh, sure. The chiefs are voting to allow the chiefs to salvage the ship. Ugh, how typical. Remember, if you vote D, you'll get money. Not arms, but you'll get money. I'm curious about salvaging the ship and returning any bounty to Kirth as well. Voting has closed. Stop bribing everyone? No, it's fun.
Leave it alone? But what of the bounty, the riches?
Hey, the authority challenge succeeded. Though everyone protests the decision, word arrives in Hythos that a rogue salvage team is eaten by sharks and dashed across the reefs while trying to retrieve the ship's cargo. Okay, nothing actually happened with that. It succeeded, but whatever. Alright, the Troubled Inquisitor.
Your Majesty, despite our Inquisitor's efforts, the cult problem worsens. There have been explosions under several coastal cities. This is shaking faith in the Church.
Never mind the Church. It's been shaking the foundations of my mansion. Your Majesty, this heresy, this 8th chapter, it must be rooted out. I require more resources. Send royal soldiers back with her to the coast. Tell her to stop complaining and go do her job. Call the Inquisition off. It's doing more harm than good. I'm going to veto call off the Inquisition. Let's vote. Do we send royal soldiers to back with her to the coast? Or do we tell her to stop complaining and go do her job? What faith in the Church? I know. I'm trying to get that higher so that I can eventually go for a faith win. You guys keep trying to reduce it. So mean. God. Alright, looks like you're going to tell her to stop complaining and go do her job. Alright, voting is closed. 11 nobles voted for. Tell her to stop complaining and to go do her job. I shall defer to your wisdom on the matter. Faith is now agnostic. Defiance is now cordial. We receive word some days later that the Inquisition in the coast grinds on, with morale ebbing as the 8th chapter continues to elude them. Between bribes and vetoes, no fun in the North. Look, the North is going to get this as soon as it triggers. Yeah, by next season. Same thing here, by next season. And this one is 4 seasons. Total landscaping. Alright, well, both of the next two are going to advance, it looks like. Outwitting the Spymaster. Anchored a few miles from the sunny coast, Lord Patrician Isovan 28 has invited his closest confidants aboard his yacht. Come on, Orcas, attack the yacht! Our plans are going better than expected. The Spymaster thinks that all is well in the kingdom, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play. Must you compare us to mice? Dastardly creatures, and I can never trap them properly. Funny you should mention traps. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. We already control the Honor Guard. If we can buy the loyalty of the Watch, we will have complete control of the palace. For the next stage of their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Well. Okay. You got a little ways to go for that. Northern sagas tell of Oddheld's horn, once gifted to mortals by the honey-blooded prince himself, then lost to the snows of time, never to be found again. Until now. By all the gods, can you believe it? This has been the most bountiful spring in living memory. The grass is green, the sun is warm, even our sheep have given birth in record numbers. Farming is now needful. Ooh, needful things. It's the work of Oddheld, my friend. We've spent many months beseeching him, and now he has rewarded us with the means to overthrow the Queen's regime. Truly, you mean to say he has pointed us to his horn? Aye, but it's far to the north, in the Ice Giant's territory. The frozen wastes will need a hardy force of heroes to stand any chance of retrieving it. For the next stage of the Chief's scheme, they must raise their military to 5 or more in 2 seasons. That fox is actually alive. Yeah, it's just, you know, resting in your comfortable shoulders, yeah. Makes a nice bed. 5 or more in 2 seasons. Well, poop. Alright. See how this goes. The Crab Bubble Bursts, Heresy Unleashed, and Debt Collection. Well, the Crab Bubble Bursts. Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered, which is overflowing with millions of jeweled crabs. Crab prices are crashing catastrophically. What? The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, Lord Patrician I-728, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all his crabs at a huge profit just days before the crash. Some chiefs' wealth has decreased. Some patricians' wealth has decreased. Some counts' wealth has decreased. Lord Patrician I-728's wealth has increased to 10,450. Yeah, really blowing away the competition there, I-7. Not quite the highest, but very close to Gnosis Doc and Farron. Very, very close. Something must be done. You summon your council to discuss the crab price crisis. Many assembled nobles have invested heavily in the crab market, and they are casting furious glances at the patricians' benches. So do we bail out the failed businesses along the coast? That would increase trade. Do not need to let their defiance go down, though. Let the coast suffer the full consequences of this crisis. I actually do not want to lower stability. Arrest Lord Patrician I-728 and confiscate his ill-gotten gold? Well, I'm going to veto. Bail out the failed businesses along the coast. Alright. Do we let the coast suffer, or arrest Lord Patrician I-728 and confiscate his ill-gotten gold? Obviously, we should confiscate his gold. Obviously. Obviously. We should definitely arrest Lord Patrician I-728. I-7's like, yeah, it's a fair cop. Yeah, it's a fair cop. Yes, I admit it, I did it. Put the cuffs on me now. Your soldiers storm Lord Patrician I-728's opulent mansion, arresting him and confiscating his ill-gotten crab gold. The trial will be held as soon as possible. Trade is now poor. Defiance is now grumbling. Lord Patrician I-728's wealth has decreased to 8950. You accept your punishment. The treasury is now 6200, and stability is now civil. You know this chat already, so might as well get it over with. Outraged patricians protest that your actions are illegal and make a mockery of the law. Don't they know you're the queen? Alright, well, we got debt collection. The council session is ended for the day, so you're quite surprised when Chief Zero Zarase corners you in a back passage of your castle just before dusk. Hello, Your Highness. Apologies for surprising you like this, but I have an urgent matter that I thought you'd want to hear in private before I go to the council. Your wife, the Queen Consort, how can I put this? She owes me a lot of money. Howdy, Lord Canis. Who's denying fish air this time? No one, really. We haven't gotten the option yet. Gambling debts mainly. She borrowed quite a lot from me to recover some lost funds, but now it's time to collect, and she's been avoiding me. Take the money and leave us alone. I can't help you with this. Officers, arrest this fool and throw her in the dungeons. Kind of hoping for a something to drop authority, because I need that. Because I'm pretty sure if this triggers, then the farming at 10 means that we lose. Well, you know what? We did just get a lot of money, so we can afford this. Take the money and leave us alone. Chief Zero Zarase bows deeply. Alright. There you go. You can have some money. Many thanks, Your Greatness. I assure you this money will not go to waste. Oh, and if you'd permit me a word of advice, you may wish to get a handle on your wife's reckless spending habits. Wouldn't want it to run the kingdom into bankruptcy, would you? With that, she scurries away into the darkness of your corridors. We'll figure that out. And Heresy Unleashed. Your August Majesty, It is with little surprise that I must say ignoring our cult problem did not make the issue simply go away. Excuse me? We have not been ignoring it. The 8th chapter has grown in size and now threatens to overturn the church in our cities. Their leader, Etrevon da Operi, has taken to calling himself the Father in the Coast. Alright, mount the greatest inquisition ever seen, 10% chance of success. Send an immense army to crush the religious revolt. Bribe a cultist to kill their leader, Etrevon de Operi. Dang, I wish that I'd taken a veto, but Monarch's golden choice. Let's bribe a cultist to kill their leader. If you like money, and I know you do, vote C. We only have a coin flip on B. But C is where it's at. Let's bribe a cultist to kill their leader. And hope it doesn't take too much money. Alright. Looks like people like money. Alright, voting has closed. Bribe a cultist to kill their leader, Etrevon de Operi. Your spy master sets her agents to scouring the coast, infiltrating cells of the cult to find a willing betrayer. All the while, patricians breathe down your neck as more and more shrines to the 8th god appear within their borders. Alright, Defiance is now insolent. Weeks pass, and your spy master reports that the faith of the 8th chapter is unshakable. Subterfuge has failed. Oh, dear. Authority is now dubious. Well, that's the important thing. Getting authority down. That's the important thing. Alright, let's go ahead and end the season. Alright, so we have a thing to increase military in the chiefs, as well as trade. Trade would be good. We could go with the Deer Park for the counts as well. And the cathedral for the patricians to increase faith. That would be good. So, B, C, and E. Those are my choices. B, C, and E. Let's get those B's, C's, and E's funded. D would be very, very bad. Patricians and chiefs. You do not want D to win. You really, really need to fund anything other than D. You need to make sure D does not win. You really, really need to make sure D does not win. You really, really need to make sure D does not win. Alright, people just gonna let the counts win again. Alright, alright. That's I mean, that's a choice you guys can make. It's a choice you guys can make. Alright, so the monument and the fortress. The Long March North, About Your Heir, and the Warlock's Letter. Well, let's go for About Your Heir first. Your marriage to Xenia has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Although it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir.
Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins.
My wife and I will have a child together.
Ah, the traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business.
To defeat the Huns. Okay. Let's see. The Long March North. Good evening, Your Majesty. Tell me, have you ever heard of Odheld's horn? A northern legend, right? The Horn of Odheld is indeed a northern legend, a horn gifted to mortals before the Ninth's triumph during the Cursed Age. Get to the point. You must understand, whether it is a creation of a pagan spirit or not, the horn is real. My sources confirm it. It's said to have the power to destroy any fortification with a single toot. The chiefs are searching for it in the frozen wastes, having received a sign hinting at its location. You mean where the ice giants live? Precisely. We'll need to stop them before they retrieve it, if at all possible. They've been gathering troops for the expedition to the wastes. We must act quickly, or they could set off as soon as this winter. You hastily assemble the council to deal with the chief's military buildup. The chiefs predictably deny everything. Howdy, Tiberiosity. How's it going?
You would deny us our right to protect ourselves from the ice giants? Bah!
Alright, so forbid the northern armies from entering the frozen wastes. Ban all public mention of Oddheld's Horn. Delay scheme for 1 season. Allow the chiefs to continue building up their forces. Alright, Monarch's golden choice. Forbid the northern armies from entering the frozen wastes. Vote A. Vote A, everyone. Vote A. Get money. I'll give you cash. I'll give you cash. Just magically, you know, magic it up, of course. Magically magic it up. Yep. Yep. Voting A mainly to decrease authority. See, it serves the purpose of blocking both the counts and the chiefs. Seems pretty good to me. Alright, 9 nobles voted for. Forbid the northern armies from entering the frozen wastes. You think a piece of paper will stop us? Ha! You don't know what a northern chief is made of. Defiance is now furious. Although your decree discourages a few law-abiding northern warriors from joining the expedition, you cannot stop them by law alone. Yeah, but we can get there. We can get there. We're working on it. Alright, authority is now dubious, and military is now capable. I mean, well, you know, Rax, the chiefs have rebelled twice, so, you know. Okay, and the Warlock's letter. A strange letter has arrived, Your Majesty. I think it must be from Etrivion de Operi. You reach out your hand to take the letter, and it bursts into flames. Your spymaster throws the burning missive to the ground, and in the next moment it morphs into a screeching spirit made of living fire. Witchcraft! Witchcraft! Calm, we must stay calm. I wonder if the Warlock can see me. Speak, apparition. Have out with your devilry. A voice like iron dragged over hot coals proclaims,
I hear you wish to kill my master. I know you tried, you pig. Meet with my master at his temple beneath the gods' good ground, or he will drown the coast in blood.
The burning spirit takes flight and begins to circle the council chamber.
We will have no parley with this madman. Tell this abomination to be gone.
I have a notion, Your Majesty. A parley would present the perfect opportunity to ambush the 8th chapter's inner circle. Alright, so we can agree to an honest meeting with Etravion. We can use the meeting as an ambush. We can refuse the meeting and take up arms. I cannot afford to have authority go up. Alright, well, I'm going to veto use the meeting as an ambush. Because at least with the C, we get some other good things out of it. My preferred option is A. So my preferred option is A at this point. Remember, chiefs and patricians voting for C helps the counts win. Remember that. A vote for A works to prevent the counts from winning. Ah, Tidal Rabbit. It's like a stab right in my back. I'm pretty sure the military is going to be for the patricians, not for the chiefs. All right. Willing to work with the counts. The burning spirit shrieks and then dives at the floor. It vanishes in a shower of sparks. Your spymaster approaches a scorch mark and looks troubled. It is an image of you, Your Majesty, hung from a tree.
Let us pray.
The Archbishop comes to the middle of the chamber and kneels against the black marks made by the vanished spirit. War is at hand, and you must lead this kingdom to prosperity or ruin on the field. Alright, Coast's grumbling is now defiant. Or, no, defiance is now grumbling. Authority is now credible, and the military is now mighty. I'll recover. Will I? Will I? Will I? I actually won't if the counts win. Okay, we have 2 more seasons. 2 more opportunities. Somewhere along the coast, Lord Patrician Ice-Oven 28 strolls in his olive grove, accompanied by a close friend. And I believe Hornblower is going to advance now. The Palace Watch won't accept our bribes. The treasury's practically overflowing. They don't need our money. And I suppose they ran straight to the spymaster to blab about it, too. Damn our luck. Is this the end? The best investments are never profitable to begin with. We will bide our time and strike again when the Queen least expects it. The patrician's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Retrieving the horn. Unbeknownst to the rest of the kingdom, a great battle has taken place in the frozen wastes. Chief Rack Savage II staggers home to his clan hall where Frida is waiting.
It is done. The ice giants have been defeated at great cost. Behold, the horn of Oddheld.
As he brandishes the horn, the room goes silent. A crooked old ram's horn by the looks of it, but as big as a person's head and inlaid with gold and ancient runes of power. By each and every god. This horn has the power to collapse buildings, cause earthquakes, even destroy mountains. We must assemble the other chiefs at once to decide how it will be used. Alright, so, chiefs. Do you lower others' farming or lower authority? Oh my god. Well. Alright. Do you lower others' farming or do you lower authority, chiefs? Alright, looks like you're going to be lowering farming. Alright, voting has closed. Wow. Alright, threaten to destroy the kingdom's food supplies. With this horn, we'll collapse mountains and castles and swallow up farmlands. No one can stop us. Before we can make demands, we need their attention. We'll see that their food supplies are precarious enough to make them desperate, and then we'll make our move. I will give them a demonstration of its power, then an ultimatum. Crown Frida, or starve. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower the other region's farming to a combined total of 10 or less. It's actually not as hard as it may appear. Alright, well, boop. I'm good with, well, actually, you know. Boop. The counts discover treasure worth 500 wealth in a long-abandoned crypt. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. I mean, I could do that. But, I mean, if the chiefs rebel, they rebel. They'll get crushed by the patricians. So, yeah, let's do that. Money! Defiance is now insolent. Defiance is now grumbling. Rebellion report. Chiefs are on the verge of rebellion, which would prevent their plan from succeeding. Alright, prying eyes, the crab trial, or the battle of the arm. Well, we gotta go for the crab trial first. After months of delay, Lord Patrician Isovan 28 is finally due to stand trial for his crab-related market manipulation. You stand accused of perpetrating fraud and tricking hundreds into buying expensive crabs. How do you plead? Who looted your treasury as you slept? I'm guilty only of making money, so I broke a few laws along the way. Is that a crime? Yes, obviously. I pronounce you guilty as charged, and your fate will be decided by the Queen. Alright, we could pardon the offender. We could imprison the guilty party. We could hang the scoundrel. Well. That's okay, Isovan. The other regions, predictably, are outraged by your leniency. Lord Patrician Isovan 28 chuckles and throws you a wink as he is freed from his shackles. So Defiance is now enraged in the north, Defiance is now insolent in the east, and Defiance is now aloof in the coast. Of course you treat the patricians with a lighter touch. If it were a northerner in the dock, they'd already have a noose around their neck. I mean, I'll have you remember that I did execute the last one who did it. That's how we have Farsight 3 the 4th. See? See? That's why he's Farsight 3 the 4th. Alright. Prying eyes. Your Highness, you are, of course, the greatest queen of this century. Is there something you're after? Your Majesty, I seek only to tell you the truth as I see plain. Well, here, let's discuss this over some lemonade. Oh, I've gotten over that for now. But your power could be even greater. Death comes for us all, but what if it didn't have to? What if you could be the greatest queen for all millennium? That sounds sacrilegious. Perhaps it is, Your Grace, but perhaps it's simply making use of the opportunities the Ninth God provides. Whatever happened to fish air, we never actually got fish air. And we haven't had an opportunity to get fish air again this stream. If you are strong enough to take them, I can arrange more meetings so that we may discuss this matter further. The door bursts open. Ah, so they got you first. No matter. The Counts have agents everywhere, and they've been building up your strength. But there's something more sinister afoot. Their ultimate aim is to recruit you into a cult of immortal blood drinkers. What a tale! All we want is to help the Queen. Is this true? Of course not! This is heresy of the highest order. The Council must know. Alright, so we can force the monarch to officially refuse to join this cult, prevent the counts from seeking private audiences with the queen, delay the scheme for 1 season, leave the counts to their business. We are going to veto, leave the counts to their business. Obviously, we should force the monarch to officially refuse to join this cult. Vote for A, everyone. A will prevent the counts from immediately winning. Remember that. A vote for A is a vote to not let the counts win. It's so weird that the counts would vote for B. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out why that is. It's so strange. Alright, voting has closed. Alright, 11 nobles voted to force the monarch to officially refuse to join this cult. The nobles leave you no choice. You sign a statement saying that you're not interested in immortality. Not one bit. Come on, just let you win. You won already. The Battle of the Arm. Take your place upon... You take up your place atop the steed and join your marshal on the march to the coast. Beside you, the High Inquisitor leads a regiment from the Church's holy orders. March alongside your army. March with the Church. Let's get some more faith. These heretics will pay for their arrogance in blood, your majesty. Faith is now skeptical. It's a battle against a heresy. If it were a Kraken heresy, if it were a bee heresy, we would not be marching. But this is worshipping a giant arm, and that's just grody. Soon you're in sight of the Warlock's Wood. A horde of cultists have swarmed the surrounding vineyards. The ground shakes and the earth bursts asunder. An enormous metallic arm emerges, scuttling on mechanical centipede-like legs. That seems like cheating. Atravion de Operi is astride the monstrosity, his staff held above his head. The closed fist of the giant arm begins to open. Your Majesty, we must strike before it is too late. So, to me, charge! 70% chance. Fill the sky with arrows, that has an 80% chance. Fill the sky with arrows. Knock, draw, loose! Hey, military challenge succeeded! The sky is blackened with arrows. The thundering horde of the 8th chapter falls like wheat before the scythe. Adorable creatures only here. Exactly. Your archers keep filling the air with death. In the hail of arrows, Atravion tumbles from the arm of God, looking like a pincushion. As well he should. The arm of God stops its ominous scuttling. The cultists still standing flee. The day is yours! With the 8th chapter scattered, the kingdom is safe. For now. All know who to thou poop. Faith is now dutiful, defiance is now loyal, but authority is now commanding. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Well. Welp. While playing a game of chess in an austere castle, 2 counts of the East to discuss their schemes against the crown. How delightful! The Queen is drunk with power! But I was thinking, should we really show the Queen the true secrets of our group? I thought that was the point, immortality and all that. Yes, but those secrets are meant to be, well, kept secret. What if we pulled the wool over her eyes? Alright, so counts. Do you plan a false immortality ritual for the Queen that will kill her, lower own defiance, or induct the Queen into the real secret society of immortal blood drinkers, raise own farming? So what are they going to choose? Well, unsurprisingly, they have voted to win. Unsurprisingly, they have voted to win. Very well, we must prepare for the ritual. Yes, I'll begin appeasing the spirits of the soil, but first we must enrich our lands. By the blood of the dead, it won't be long now. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must keep their farming at 10 for 1 full season. Love farming and drinking blood? Let's see. Alright, well, might as well take the stability one. Alright, rebellion report. On the verge of rebellion. Cannot start a rebellion. Alright. End the year. So we got the Iron Limb, an invitation, an embarrassing problem. Well, let's go for the embarrassing problem. Maybe there'll be an opportunity to lower farming. Alright, Count Rovaljax II. Your Highness, I'm afraid someone has been painting obscene graffiti on your monument in the east. What do you mean obscene? It describes you as a tyrant, and in addition there are images. What kind of images? I do have a monument. Yes, they opted to build that one. No, just one of the buildings. The obscene kind. Be specific. I'd rather not. We're all adults here. Please, Your Highness. I'd rather not discuss such vile matters in front of the council. Give me details, damn it!
Images of the obscene kind! Use your imagination! We need to track down the perpetrator. You're becoming a laughingstock in the East.
When you call the council together, some of the nobles whisper behind their hands, stifling giggles. Count Rovaljax II was right. Alright. So brutally crack down on the locals until the perpetrator is found. Send the watch to investigate without drawing attention to themselves. Offer a reward for the perpetrator's capture. This is nothing to worry about. Well, none of these are giving me any options to reduce farming, so, let's go ahead and veto this is nothing to worry about. Alright, start the vote. What do you guys want? This game is always rigged from the start for the counts. Well, it's just because the farming has been stuck at 10. Because I did the farming thing for a while, and there just has not... And then we got all the bees stuff. I don't know what would happen if, like... It's probably a thing where it needs to be above, like, 6 or 7 or something like that. So even if we got it down to 9 before that, it would still probably win. Like, they need to crash their farming. Alright, brutally crack down on the locals until the perpetrator is found. Voting has closed. Your soldiers storm the local village, shouting and kicking people until they get the answer they're looking for. Stability is now stable, authority is now imperious. The culprit is a local artist protesting your recent refusal to become their patron. Your refusal was totally justified. Other than certain parts of the anatomy, which are bizarrely detailed, their artwork is slapdash and sloppy. The artist is thrown into your dungeons to think about what he's done, and hopefully practice drawing more wholesome parts of the body. However, your over-the-top reaction has made you even more enemies in the East. Stability is now teetering, defiance is now aggrieved. Alright, the Iron Limb. It's the fact that it just needs one season to succeed that gets you. Yeah, they should have to keep it at 10 for, like, 3 or 4 seasons. If it pleases your majesty, we have salvaged that limb of the 8th god that Atravion de Operi drew power from. It rests now within my workshop. This so-called arm of God is actually a machine from a long-extinct civilization. We have so little evidence of ancient technology, I think it prudent to study the contraption. A long-extinct civilization? We know few details of these people or creatures, whoever they were. But they created all kinds of wonderful, terrible machines far beyond our understanding. We've never found one that still functions. How interesting. And in your observations, learned woman, had the danger of this heresy not crossed your mind? It must be destroyed, your majesty. The matter is simple. Let the scholar study the arm of God, break apart the arm of God and sell it off, or utterly destroy the arm of God. You know what? Monarch's golden choice is break apart the arm of God and sell it off. Well, but so, again, Rax, keep in mind that we're continuing the same game. Like, the same dynasty and stuff like that. If I started a new one, different things would be at different points and stuff like that. Remember, if you vote for B, you get money. Do you like money? Sure, we all do. I was thinking about doing that for this session, but I decided to continue it. There is an achievement for continuing the same dynasty for a very long time, so... Oh, if you insist. Voting is closed. Break apart the arm of God and sell it off. A wise decision. Faith is now steadfast in the coast. A shame, truly. We could have learned so much, but I will see to it, Your Majesty. The sound of hacking, hammering, and sawing can be heard from the Scholar's Workshop for weeks. Every day, a new crate loaded with broken-down components is shipped out of the capital to buyers in far-flung corners of the world. Auctioning off the arms scrap proves most lucrative. Well, we have an invitation. Ah, Nicole II, my heart, I have a proposition for you. I'm heading to a split tournament in a few months. It's one of the foremost in all the kingdom. Want to join me? Excellent, I'll come and watch you play. How exquisite, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's not gonna go anywhere. Well, alright, counts win. We never even had an heir again. The Eternal Monarch. Meanwhile, the patrician's trying to get the treasury below 1,500. Yeah, I know. It's a bright morning. You're enjoying your breakfast when a letter arrives from Conte Gerlizia, inviting you to their keep. No more lemonade, my queen, just blood. Encoded in the letter, you recognize the symbol of the Count's secret society, along with a hidden message. Your heart quickens. In exchange for control of your throne, you shall live forever. This is it. It's time for your eternity to begin. Your wife Xenia looks over her cup at you fondly. Looking forward to seizing the day, eh? Would you like to live forever with me? What? The Counts have offered me quite a deal. We could be together forever. As you explain your plan for immortality, Xenia's eyes widen. Blood and stars, Nico. Why not, eh? I'm sure we'll have plenty of fun over the centuries. Excellent. For your voyage to the east, you decide on a modest carriage with fast horses. Best not to be seen on your way. Does becoming a vampire make it so you synthesize vitamin D? I don't know. It's nightfall when you and Xenia arrive, and Conte Gerlizia hurries you inside. Down cold stone steps to the cellars. You blink in the darkness. I hope you have refreshments. Their teeth glimmer in the dark. I'm sure we can arrange something, Your Majesty, Queen Consort, but soon you'll be beyond all that. You follow them into a wide chamber lit with dozens of candles. A circle of sigils is daubed on the floor with something thick and dark. Looking at the shape sends shivers down the back of your neck. This is how we missed out on fish area. There's a strange quality to the stone as you walk. With each step, it feels as though your foot is sinking. Yet when you look down, the floor is as solid as ever. Robed figures surround the circle. Their faces are hidden, but as they chant, their voices echo as though the chamber is much larger than it appears. Welcome, welcome. The spirits are with us this night. We are to ascend the throne in exchange for providing our illustrious queen and queen consort eternal life. I'm ready. It will be glorious, Your Grace. The Chiefs had a chance, yeah. Yeah. Although, well, they needed to get farming down a couple more points, which actually isn't that hard. It's just not easy to do in one time period. Canadian Dragon helps you and Xenia into the middle of the circle. The hair on your arms prickles unpleasantly. The chanting rises. As the Counts pass a gold chalice around the circle, each one takes a sip. Count Canadian Dragon hands it to you solemnly. The chalice is filled with blood. Drink, Your Grace, and be fortified. You shall live forever. I will. You hold the chalice to your lips and drink. It's warm, metallic, and has an odd smoky aftertaste. Not the most pleasant thing you've drunk, but not the least either. As you stand there in the circle, your arms tingle, your head swims, and you stagger. You were expecting a broke wife to break the bank? There was a chance for that. Stand firm, Your Highness. Immortality, eternal blood! The air in the chamber thickens, and a red swirling mist rises from the stones. Chanting fills your ears, and heat streams through your veins. Something dark that you can't quite see closes down upon you and Xenia from the ceiling, settling on your shoulders before fading somehow into you. The crown, the throne, it feels so distant now, mediocre, small. Zoya of the East is welcome to it. Your reign is over, but your immortal life with Xenia has only just begun. Alright. The Counts are victorious. For immortality, Queen Nicole II was happy to give up the throne. She retreated to a dark sanctum in the east, joining the Elder Counts in hiding from the Inquisitors and the Sun. The patricians' attempt to worm their way into the palace was uncovered, and a number of arrests were made. Lord Patrician Isovan 28 ended his life chained upside down to a dungeon wall. Yes. The chiefs abandoned their hopes for Oddheld's Horn, which passed into legend once more. A treasure fit only for seducing adventurers into the frozen wastes, where ice giants or hypothermia await them. Before abdicating, Queen Nicole II made it very clear that Zoya was the legitimate heir. The other nobles could never work out how the Counts had pulled it off. Meanwhile, in the east, a secret society was expanded by 2 members. Alright. Queen Nicole II, the Eternal. 2 years, 3 months. Spouse Xenia of the East. Successor Queen Zoya. We have Nosisdoc as the wealthiest noble, and the poorest noble is Tiberiosity. Vengeance for lemonade threats made against our people. Cheers! And authority is good, stability is not the best. Treasury is very good. 510 to trade, 310 to farming, 538 military, 606 faith, and 850 defiance. And that brings to a close another ruler. For those watching on YouTube, we will be back with the next episode. For those watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere because we will be continuing on momentarily.